Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Marla. We're here for short and sweet today, so let's get started. Finding a nice comfortable space on your mat. Feel free to lie down if you want to take a few breaths there. We'll just get nice and grounded and connected together. So closing your eyes from whatever space you're in, we'll take 5 long, deep, loving breaths in and out, just making a nice connection right away inward. Because that's really what yoga is about, is making a connection. And the first connection is most important because it's the one that we connect inward to. So bringing energy and focus into our inner landscape and our inner world, checking out the scene, noticing how it feels, noticing what happens as you bring a big breath in and exhale it out. So creating this little dynamic exchange, breathing in, filling up, clearing out the space, and exhale, just purifying, letting go of whatever you don't need, whatever doesn't feel supportive for you today. Let's take 2 more breaths just like that. So a full breath in. Exhale it out. A full breath in. Exhale it out. And just notice from 5 conscious breaths how different we feel. And let's seal in all those changes with a nice full breath in and a deep breath out. And let's take time to share our practice. So taking our hands to the heart center, sending out light, love, joy, peace, and hope. Full breath in. And a long, deep breath out to share. And let's release our hands down by our lap or down by our side, whatever feels best for you. And let's drop our chin to our chest. We'll roll into a few easy half circles. So bringing right ear towards the right shoulder and breathing into center, and exhale, take it opposite. So you're in charge. So even though we're all practicing in different spaces, we stay connected through our breathing, through our intentions, through the light of the heart. So breathing in, center, breathing out to the side, breathing into center, and breathing out to the side. So just like that. So really letting go of any external stuff that's going on today. See if you can stay nice and present and connected to your internal space, staying connected to the rhythm and the sound of the breath. So it sounds like the ocean. It mimics the ocean. And so what happens is we get all the experiences of calming, quieting, and centering. Let's take one more bigger breath in and out. And now let's find our center line, get nice and tall, lifting up through the crown. Take a long, deep breath in. Take a long, deep breath out. And sitting up nice and tall from wherever you are, we'll start to circle the body. So I always do these in so many of my classes because it's like a one-stop shop. And let's start off really slow. If you've been walking a lot, if you've been very active or more active than usual, or if you've been sitting and more static and more stationary than usual, their circles are really beneficial because they ease tension between the low back and the pelvis. They ease away tension through the hips. And leading with our heart. So always thinking about that, leading with our heart. So we never want the heart collapsed. We always want the breath moving in and out so the energy is full It helps us to feel uplifted. So it raises our mood, it raises our energy. Let's take one more big breath here in this direction. Breathing in. Noticing now the quality of the breathing, breathing out. And as you come to center now, nice and slowly begin to reverse your circles. So extending from your spine, leading with the heart, taking them nice and slowly, and notice this side. How does it feel? So I know my two sides feel very, very different. I'm going to even slow down a little bit more on this side and ease my way a little bit more into my low back, feeling a little tenderness, a little tightness there. So let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So really focusing, even if we lose our focus, right? It's human, it's nature. We all lose our focus, our mind gets distracted. But let's see if we can stay with it. Let's see if we can bring our focus back to the quality of the breathing. And we come back to center here, pausing, get nice and tall and long. Take a full breath in. Take a deep breath out. And let's tip back. Whatever leg is on top, let it stay there. Let it be a little bit of an anchor to give us a little resistance. We're going to work into our core. So hands can stay down, or arms can lift wide, or you can even reach your arms all the way up into a nice big V. So most important here, and I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see my spine. If you have osteopenia or porosis, it's really important to keep length in the spine without rigidity, right? So we want to practice effort and then surrender within that. So we can be here or here or here, whatever works for you. Good, so practicing at what feels right for your body today. It doesn't matter what we did yesterday. It doesn't matter what we're going to do tomorrow. One more breath here. Let's start to lower the hands. Let's recross the legs. If you're sitting cross-legged, reconnect to your seat and your tall spine. Let's breathe in, reach the arms all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to drop our right arm down and we're going to lengthen up and over. Good, so coming into our side bend. So we're going to move with our breathing. We're going to lengthen up. We're going to reach out. We're going to sweep the arm across. We're going to drop this left arm down and we set up for our lean on the opposite side. So breathing in, really breathe into the length of the side body, and then extend the arms and the fingers from there. Reach out so the torso is really long. Sweep the arm across, drop the right arm down, reach it up and over. Beautiful. So let's move with our breath from here. So maybe your breath pace is different than mine. Please follow yours. Good. Really honoring what's going on for you today in your body. Breathing in, breathing out as we tip. Extending long. Notice how that feels through your low back. Up and over. Notice maybe the excursion of your side lean is a little bit bigger. Good. And just taking one more full cycle here. Take it up and over and reaching it across. So nice. And let's meet up side leaning. So here we are. Let's take 3 more breaths. So breathing in. So really feel the side body long. Feel the space between each of the ribs opening. And then we want to lengthen through the arm, but at the same time, we want to draw that arm within the socket so that we're not over lengthening and we keep everything engaged around our arm and shoulder. Beautiful. One more breath here. Let's inhale all the way up center and exhale, tipping to the side. Good, reaching through our side body. So remember, first we bring the breath here. First we focus through the side body. So we really take time to fill that whole space. And then we lengthen the arm from that space, but then we find that place where we really draw in and we feel so strong so that the arm is not flimsy or floppy. Awesome. One more breath here. Big breath in. Deep breath out. Let's reach up. Take the arms behind. Let's tip back. Whatever leg is on top, that's our resistance leg. So I'm just going to center myself a little bit better here. Good. So finding that center line, right? Finding that little tipping point where you feel like you may tip over, but then your belly feels so strong. So we should feel the work from our neck all the way to the ankles. Our whole entire center line is working here. You can keep your hands down or reach your arms forward, or reach your arms up is a little bit more. So take the variation that works. I'm going to practice the Goldilocks variation right in the middle. I always love that. It's my favorite. So I'm working, but I'm not efforting so much. Let's take one more breath here. Let's slowly take hold of our feet, unwind. Let's set up for soles of our feet together. Sitting up nice and tall so you can play around with the distance of your heels and your groin. So whatever works for you here. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable, and most important is stable, because from our stable seat, we find freedom and length above. So let's take a full breath in here. As we exhale, let's extend forward. So really leading with our heart. Surrender your head and neck if that feels safe and available for you. Support it if you need. Couch pillows, bed pillows, if you're using yoga blocks, whatever you have, a yoga blanket. Make sure that you're supporting your head if possible. So I'm going to just stack my palms and let my hands be a little shelf or a little table. And let's take some long, deep breaths through the spine and shoulders. So draping the upper body completely over the lower body. Breathing in. Breathing out. So really pick up the breathing. Breathing as deeply as you can. Really make a connection to the sound, the rhythm. And now the experience of the breath moving into more space. And on your inhale, as if you have a little bit of a string at the back of your heart, we're going to start to lift. The back of the head lifts at the same time, so we're not hyperextending here. Once we're vertical, the shoulders lift up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And up, back, and down. Let's lengthen the legs long. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Bending the knees from here and planting the feet. So if the feet don't plant comfortably, just let the heels ground. And we're going to take and wrap our left arm around the front of our shins or knees. So if that doesn't feel available for you, you can just use your hand. So sitting up nice and tall, let's reach our right arm up. If you have shoulder restrictions, please do less. So once you feel that lifting at the same time, you want to feel the settling through the seat into the earth. So feeling all these beautiful lines of energy. And then from that length, we're going to exhale and we're going to release and twist all the way to the right. So feel this line of the shoulders in line with this left knee, right? So we're on a little bit of a diagonal here. So feel the torso spinning open. Don't go beyond what feels comfortable for you. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. full breath out. And one more breath here. And nice and slowly, let's just take a moment here to pause at center, full breath in, integrating all that, full breath out, because that's a really deep twist. And it may be different from twisting that you're doing. So let's either take the hand or hooking the elbow a little bit more deeply. So whatever feels right for you, sit tall. Let's reach that left arm all the way up. So approaching our twist and our poses with length. Let's start to spin open now towards the right. So we're using that back arm as a little kickstand. We don't want to have a lot of weight into it because we don't want to collapse our spine. Full breath in, a few long, deep breaths. So feeling again that diagonal line. And does it feel the same from the first side? And that's really important. And that's why yoga we do to both sides so that we can really understand what's happening in our bodies. And now breathing in, reaching back to center, and exhale, taking the hands to the shins and coming towards a little cat or cow back. And pressing firmly into the feet or the heels, we lift up dog. And as we exhale, we pull back cat. So breathing in. So those of us, again, with osteopenia and porosis, so where don't we want to round? We don't want to round or be collapsing like this across our bra strap. So we can have a little bit of softening, but we don't want to be rounding. The opening on the inhale is perfectly fine. We can lengthen up as much as we want. And really take the time to bring the shoulder blades, sliding them towards the spine so we really bring strength towards the back of our heart, right into the lungs. And now exhale, pull back and away, feeling the tone in the center, feeling the tone in the belly. So bringing the navel in and up so we're nice and strong. And now moving on your breath rhythm or continue with mine, whatever feels best for you. And let's take a few more cycles here. So noticing what's happening as you move front and back, massaging the spine, massaging our organs, especially our belly organs. So as if we're flushing out our internal space, we're giving our internal space a nice bath. Awesome. So a real purification for all of our systems. Let's take 3 more rounds here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one, breathing in. Exhale. And coming right up to center. We're going to roll through 4s or any way that you can come up safely. We're going to make our way now right to stand. So we're going to step maybe one foot and the other foot. So I'm just going to adjust my mat a little bit. And then finding my way onto my mat and stand. So let's find a nice tall spine, open chest and heart. So take the time to feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel the legs nice and active. So not just the front of the legs, but the inner thighs. Draw in a little bit towards the center at the same time that the outer legs are pressing away. And then feel equal energy in the back of the legs as well. And then let's take the hands to the heart. Let's really reach up through the crown and really connecting to all that we represent and all that we stand for. And sealing that in with a full breath in and a deep breath out. And moving on to some sun breaths. Inhale, reach up. Exhale from your heart center, either taking it halfway down or releasing all the way down. And then inhale, halfway up, let's find our Ardha. So you can have softness in your knees if you need. And exhale, fold. Grounding down through our feet, let's reach and rise all the way up. Inhale, our belly stays firm the whole way. And exhale, the hands down around and to the heart. So again, just flowing like that, breathing in. Exhale, leading with our heart. Lengthen, inhale, and fold, exhale. Grounding down to rise up, reach. And exhale, the hands down around and to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale, find your strength. Exhale, fold. Ground down to rise up, reach, inhale. And all the way down, exhale. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Ground down, rise up, reach. And this time, let's add on. So as we flow forward, we find our Ardha. Let's step right leg back, either dropping the back heel down or lifting the back heel up. Rising up, sensing or feeling that your hips are facing forward. So rising up, reaching. Let's take 3 breaths here. So if it feels too challenging with the arms up, you can just have your hands on your hips. Or you can take your arms forward or even wide. So whatever variation you're in, let's really express our lunge. Take one more big breath in and out. And from here, we're going to open out. So we're going to step the foot out a little bit and take a really wide stance. So I love the warrior poses. They're hip openers, they're strengtheners. So let's find our stance here. So really elongate the legs and elongate the arms and notice if that is similar. And then connect the knee so it's right over the heel and not beyond the toes. Let's make a nice connection to the center space, so drawing the navel in and up so it feels uplifting. It's supporting us. Beautiful. And now gazing over that front knee arm, full breath in, deep breath out. Let's turn our palms up. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the arms. Let's add the leg. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, rebend. Find your warrior. Breathing in, reach up. Exhale. Breathing in, reach it up. Exhale. Breathing in, beautiful. One more like this. Just stay with it. Whatever you have, most important is the breath. Good. Setting up for warrior 2 now. Taking 3 big breaths. Really feeling your strength from the inside out. The arms are just an expression of your pose. One more big breath here. We'll take the hands to the hips. We'll start to lengthen through that front foot. Turn, and we're going to spin on our feet. If you need to make any adjustments, it's always important to take time for that so that we're nice and safe. So setting up on this side, long legs, bending into that front knee now, taking the arms nice and wide, and making any adjustments that you need, making sure that the knee is right over the heel and not beyond. And opening big and wide, full breath in, gaze is over that front knee side, full breath in. Noticing your 2 sides, make sure you're deeply connected to your center here and your strength. Full breath in, deep breath out. Good, really focusing 2 more breaths here. We moved with our breathing, so inhale and exhale. So we did it in reverse. First we held it, now we're moving, breathing in and exhale. Breathing in Exhale. Breathing in. And just one more. Breathing in. Take one more extra breath in and out. Take the hands to the hips. Lengthen through that leg. We're going to turn and rotate. And one more time, we're going to come to the right. We're going to set up for some other warrior poses. So just adding on. So finding our stance so you can either lengthen arms and legs and then bend your knee, or if it feels safer for you to bend your knee first, whatever works best for you. But finding a foundation here is most important. So setting up the feet so they're nice and strong. Our center is connecting the top and the bottom. And from there we find our freedom through our arms, gazing over that front knee. Side gaze is strong but not gripping in the eyes. Full breath in. Deep breath out. Let's turn the palms up and reaching up and over into peaceful warrior. So let's gaze out so the neck feels nice and straight. And let's focus our energy and breath on this side body from our armpit all the way to our hip. So really opening up this space. One more breath here. And windmill the arms all the way up. Let's drop the hand down or drop down through the elbow. Whatever feels good for you, but try not to take a lot of weight into that side so that most of the work here is in the center and our legs, right? And the breath. So everything is working together. I know my legs are working, my core is engaged, my breath strong. And breathing in nice and slowly, we come to center. Let's lengthen through the legs. Let's turn right toes. We're going to turn left toes again. And setting up your way, just making sure that your foundation is nice and strong. Good, so breathing in. Breathing out. Good, so establishing your strength here. One more big breath in. Deep breath out. Let's turn the palms open and roll open. Let's lift up and over into our peaceful warrior. So really highlighting the space between the armpit and the hips. So we really open up through our ribs. We beef up and power up our lungs. We get into our immune centers, right? Notch of neck, sternum is thymus, thyroid. So really breathe into all that. Full inhale, one more. And lifting up, reaching forward, either just dropping the hand down or lowering the elbow, whatever feels right for you, and reaching through that right arm and finding again the length through the side body. Feel your strength as if you didn't even need that bottom arm for support. So it's really just like a little kickstand. Full breath in. And deep breath out. And inhaling nice and slowly, rising up, turning the toes, maybe stepping the feet a drop closer. Hands are going to come to the hips. Full breath in, leading with our heart. We're going to take a nice long spine to reach out through the crown. If it's available and accessible for you, you're going to reach your arms forward and then maybe reaching into a nice wide leg, downward facing dog. Wow, that feels so great. If you can, release your head, neck, and shoulders. So continue to press equally through the heels if you can, so that we continue to stay grounded into the earth as we lengthen the fingertips and the side body away from the heels. Full breath in. Deep breath out. And let's take another 3 deeper, fuller breaths, feeling the length through the legs, soft knees, If you need to, full breath in, full breath out. And nice and slowly we walk our hands right underneath us and taking our hands to our hips, long spine, guided by breath, nice and slowly. Let's step the feet together and stand tall. Take a pause here to stand in your new stance. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And let's come to do a little balance from here. So we'll seal in everything with some nice balance poses. So standing nice and tall on the left foot, we're going to give our left foot and that leg a nice little heads up. So grounding down, hello leg, right? It's nice and strong. We're waking up the leg. And we're going to shift into that side so we can unweight this leg. So we're coming right up onto our right toes. So you can take your hands to your hips or your hands to your heart. Most important is that we float, that we stay connected visually as we float the knee all the way up. So if that doesn't feel safe or available for you, you can just tap your toes down. So don't feel like you have to lift the knee, or you can go up and down with the leg. So let's see if we can take another 3 breaths. So I really love working and practicing balance because it's very strengthening, very focusing, and it really helps us to beef up our concentration. And let's hold here one more breath. And very slowly, so we're even developing strength as we come out of it. And releasing our leg down. Let's shake out the legs. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. And now taking that to the other side. So remember, we're always comparing our 2 sides. So grounding down, let's say hello and give a wake-up call now to the right leg because we know that's going to be taking all of our weight. And a reminder that you can just stay here the whole time and practice your balance from here. Hands on hips or hands to heart, whatever feels best for you. So making our connection to our strength, let's float the knee. And if that doesn't feel good, you can take it up and down or just hold it. Good, so I know my other side was way more stable than this side. I have to really stay connected visually so that I don't fall over today. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And we'll end and meet up with the knee up. Let's take 1 more breath. Wow, that was very telling for me. And let's shake that out. Full breath in and full breath out. So let's do 1 more balance. So I always tell all my students, the more we practice, the better we get. So let's take hands to heart this time, shifting into the left leg. So we've already created a little pathway. We know where we're going. So shifting to the left onto the right toes, you can always stay here. Spin open, and let's cross at the ankle. So this is a variation of tree pose. So in doing that, don't let the hips lapse out. Try to stay nice and straight. So you can either keep hands to heart or reaching the branches all the way up, nice and long and tall. Full breath in, deep breath out. And let's take 2 more strong breaths here. Deep breath in, deep out, deep breath in. And as we exhale nice and slowly, let's come out of it slowly because we know we gain so much. Wow, awesome. Full breath in. I know for me that was much better doing something a second time, just practicing and repeating it. So let's come into our right side from here. So let's say hello to the right side, grounding down through that foot. And from here, we're going to come right onto our left toes. We're coming into that little variation of tree. And if you're with me, we're going to take it across. We're going to make that seal. Now in doing that, don't lapse the hip out. Try to stay nice and centered. So hands can stay here, or you can bring your branches up, whatever feels good for you. So really finding that center line, focusing the eyes without gripping. Full breath in, full breath out. And one more big breath in. And exhale nice and slowly start to release the branches. Release back onto 2 feet. Let's wiggle out the hips. Take a full breath in and a deep breath out. So we're going to make our way all the way down to our backs from here. So any way you can, I like to do it nice and safely, coming through side sitting, side lying, and all the way onto the back. And once you arrive, just take pause to just settle everything into the earth. We're going to start to wind down our practice now. So take a deep cleansing breath in, noticing the quality of your breathing. Exhale out. And let's just draw one knee in and the other knee in, and just draw knees as close to the chest as you can. Feel free to just hold or sway or take some circles, whatever works for you comfortably. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And let's start to reach for either the ankles or the outsides of the feet, coming into towards happy baby. So you can either be here or here, whatever feels best for you. So I'm going to hold my ankles today. So as I draw my feet up towards the sky, I settle my tailbone and my low back towards the earth. So I'm feeling again these 2 lines. Feel the shoulder blades nice and grounded, back of the heart settled. And let's relax any tension in the face, relax your expression, soften the inner gaze. Let's take another 3 deeper breaths here. And let's lengthen the legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's point and flex through toes and ankles a few times. So bringing some energy through the legs. So just changing our perspective, getting upside down so that the legs are higher than the heart. So we have an opportunity to bathe the heart and all the blood that's flowing restoratively from the legs all the way through the body. So let's take a pause here to feel that and notice that. We're going to stay and take a few long breaths. So legs can be soft. If you have tension in your legs or this is hard for you, put your legs up on your couch or your bed, or stack up some pillows and get your legs nice and supported. If you're with me, I'm going to take one hand to my belly and one hand to my chest. And just close our eyes and let's really turn inward. Feeling a shift in perspective. Feeling a shift in mood, in attitude, in space. Let's breathe in our deepest, richest, fullest breaths. Notice how that feels. And exhaling out whatever you don't need. And I've been using the analogy of our devices, that every day we look at our devices and we look at our text and our emails, and we're so busy with trash and throwing things out and clearing out and making more space and storage. So now this is the opportunity for us to do the same thing in the mind. Let's take these last 3 deeper breaths to clear out any excess busyness or chaos in the mind. Let's truly find some stillness, giving ourselves the opportunity to reboot, restore, and renew harmony to mind, body, and breath. Let's bend our knees slowly, drawing the knees towards us. Let's lower our feet and end in constructive rest today. So the knees come together and the feet splay apart towards the edges of the mat. And we're going to close our eyes together, uniting our energies, sealing in our intentions, connecting to peace, strength, and hopefulness. Sealing all that in with a full breath in. And exhale to share. And beginning to reawaken the body. Start to wiggle the fingers and your toes, bringing gentle energy back to your physical space. And making your way, once your knees are towards you, towards a fetal position, safe, protected, ready for whatever's ahead. And pressing your way all the way up to your vertical seat, finding your tall spine, your open chest and heart, your clear and quiet mind, your positive intentions. And once we're sitting, let's take the hands to the heart center, ending with our mantra. Whenever my mind is busy and occupied with nonsense, I connect to my mantras, my affirmations. They help me think productive thoughts. They help me feel positive. They uplift me, mood and spirit. So may we be happy and healthy. May we be strong and at ease. And may we be loved and loving. Sending that out, take a full breath in and a deep breath out. And joining our palms together, we honor the light and the strength within us to all beings all around us. Namaste.